Sonic's Green Hills Adventures Season 4 Chapter 24, Going Home. Movie Shadow's point of view.
When we teleported, we arrived at a beautiful place. Is this it, Marina? I asked as I looked around.
Yes, it did it, Shadow.
Marina said with tears of relief in her eyes. Then we heard something collapse. Silver, I cried as I ran over to him.
I'm okay, Shadow. Just worn out. Took a lot of mental focus, compared to usual to hold all those monsters back.
Silver said, sounding out of breath. That's when I noticed Aneka waking up.
Jamie! Sylvie!
Anek said in disbelief. Yes, little sis. We're here to bring you home. I said as I kissed her on the forehead and she started to giggle happily.
Marina's point of view.
After seeing everyone else was okay, I collapsed onto my knees as looked over Sonic properly. Now that we were in a very safe place, I felt like breaking down at that moment, for he looked terrible and was still unconscious. He looked so much smaller and younger in this state. Oh, Sonic, why did you do that for us? If I hadn't been chained up at the time, I would have talked you out of it or something. I refuse to lose you. Please open your handsome and adorable eyes, I said as I lost it. Then we heard footsteps. I looked up to see it was Saw and Blaze.
Thank goodness you're all back safely. You had us going for a second there.
Blaze said, full of relief. I wouldn't say that. Just look at what that monster did to my boyfriend, I said with angry tears. I couldn't help it. I had to let my anger out somehow.
Oh, right, the poor thing.
Blaze said as she sat next to me. So how do we get home? Asked, simply feeling emotionally drained.
Well, I would try chaos control, but I've never done it to travel to different dimensions before. So much could go wrong.
Shadow replied sadly.
Well, I think I can do that. Besides, I have been curious about this dimension of yours.
Hafus Shadow replied with a smirk on his face. Well then, let's go, I said as I stood up with Sonic still in my arms. Then I felt Sonic move. I looked down and saw him growing as his eyes slowly opened.
My Marina.
Sonic said in such a small, quiet, and weak voice. I was so relieved that he was awake, but hearing his voice sound like that made me want to cry all over again. It didn't sound like him at all. The once energetic, happy hedgehog was now in pain and looked so small. Yes, it's me. We're going home now.
Really? Oh, thank goodness.
Sonic said happily, but it was still weak. Well, Hafus Shadow, let's do this, I said, and he nodded and opened a portal. Then we walked through it.
Maddie's point of view.
I was sitting on Sonic's bed worried sick about my kids Silver, and Shadow just suddenly left without even leaving a note or anything.
Maddie, you need to see this.
I heard my husband say, and so I came to the living room and I could see a portal appear. Then Shadow and Silver came through, with Aneka in Silver's arms. Then, doubles of my Moby and Sans with capes and pendants came in. And lastly, Marina came in with Sonic, who was also wearing a cape, in her arms. Oh my gosh, you're back. I was so worried about you guys, I said as I hugged Shadow and Silver. Then I walked over to Marina. That's when I saw that he was barely conscious and had bruises all over him. Oh my poor Sonic, what happened back in that horrible world? I demanded as I was about to take him in my arms. However, Sonic suddenly jolted, now completely awake.
It hurts. My body hurts so much. Please make the pain go away, Mommy.
My poor blue son cried as he stretched his arms toward me. He obviously wanted me to hold him and I immediately obliged. But what broke my heart was that even the smallest of movement he made caused him to feel even more pain. Don't worry, baby, I'll fix you up. Tom, get my first aid kit, I said as I turned to Tom.
On advance.
Tom said as he ran to do just that. Then I laid him down carefully on the counter. Then Tom returned with the first aid kit.
Tom's point of view.
When I returned, I could feel the tension in the room, so I knew just how to light the mood. So, the little German burns up. That sounds right. What's up with the cakes and pendants? Asked for, I was curious.
Yes, I guess we heard the capes are dress code at the place we live nowadays. Well, since Lilo destroyed most of Moby's on that level, the pendants amplify the power that is fused with our souls. The being our god powers the deceased god Hafus gave us.
Tall Sonic replied, well, I wasn't expecting otherworldly gods to be part of any of this. What happened back there? I sat in shock and I saw their ears pinned against their heads.
Well, we saved him from Zelo when he first got there. Helped me save my Shadow and Silver. Marina came to make sure him and Aneka were safe. Then Zillo took them captive. Then apparently your sons came but got captured as well. It was for a ransom. He would let them go if Wachowski didn't fight back when he did. That to him, however, he lied when it came to Inyika. But Wachowski, Shadow, and Silver, what exactly was he trying to do?
Till Sonic explained as he looked at my sons.
Oh yeah, right!
Silver said nervously.
He tried to do what Hevis did to her, but it was his version of it, so she would have become a daughter of darkness or something like that.
Shad replied with anger in his eyes.
But thanks to Heath's Shadow and Silver, we were able to get her out of there without Zillo noticing. So she is perfectly fine.
Silver added reassuringly. Thank goodness, but who's Zillo? Asked nervously.
He's the only remaining god of our dimension. His brothers, Hephis and Silis, were the others once until Sin tore them apart and Nilo killed them. He's the reason our dimension is in apocalypse.
Tall Sonic said with anger that seemed deeper than what he was allowing himself to shout.
Whoa, we better get back before Sil freaks out again.
Tall Shad said as he made another portal.
Wait, take these so we can keep in touch. We are friends now, right?
Maria said as she held out Kamikaze watches.
The three hedgehogs took them immediately.
Thank you, Rena. You keep us updated on his condition, please.
Heathis Sonic request seriously.
Of course. Sonic, I promise. Good luck with defeating Zillo.
Marina said as she waved and along with the Wachowskis. Then the godlike Mobians left and the portal vanished.